What's up guys, TeamAnswersForDayz here, and today I'm talking to you about Yang Zings. See, everyone's been talking about, oh, the shadows so broken, oh, Satellar Knights, they're so good, even though we're missing half the stuff for them. Oh, the Burning Abyss, tour guide to the max, get your tour guides. But no one's really talked about Yang Zings. So I'm here to inform you guys today on everything you need to know about them. There's 5 Yang Zings for the main deck. A wind, a water, a fire, an earth, and a light. And now you're thinking, don't worry. They're not dragons, they're wyverns. Because we all know what we're thinking right now, they were dragons. All of them range in levels 1 to 4, with the tuner being level 1. And they all float for each other. Once per turn, during either player's turn, when a Yang Zing is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can spell summon a different Yang Zing from your deck. But you can only use them once per turn, but since there's 5 of them to cycle through, there really isn't, much of a worry about running out. The second great thing about them, the ones that are not tuners, can synchro summon during your opponent's main phase or battle phase. It's a quick effect. You just synchro summon, as long as you have a tuner obviously still, but that's ridiculous. Like, alright, enter my battle phase, sweet, you hit everything, activate effect, synchro for Black Rose, nuke! Make Draco Sack, detach, make Stardust, pass to you, and then make phase 2, synchro summon for Mistworm, bounce! It basically makes all these powerful cards that we usually do to clear way for attacks on our turn, to be able to disrupt your plays on your opponent's turn, and that's just insane. But that is not all they have. Each of the 4 non-tuners gives a special effect to any synchro monster that uses them for synchro material. The fire gives 500 attack and defense points to the synchro monster. The earth one doesn't let the synchro monster get destroyed by battle. The water one makes it unaffected by traps. So, hello 3100 attack point Leo with skill drain on board. And the wind one makes it unaffected by spells. So, suck it, Spellbook of Fate. Now you may be thinking, oh, so what does the tuner have? The tuner's effect doesn't give an additional effect, but it does have an effect that allows you to synchro summon more. Whenever one of the previous effects be activated, meaning a Yang Zing has been destroyed and sent to the graveyard, if your tuner's in the graveyard, you can special summon it from the grave. And then it just gets banished after it leaves the field, but you still have 2 more, so that's great. And if that's not enough for you with all the great synchro monsters you already have, they get their own boss monster in Baxia, Brightness of the Yang Zing. And this card is insane! For each different Yang Zing you use to synchro summon it, you get to target a number of cards on the field and return them to the hand. Compost! But it has more! Once per turn, you can target a card you control and a level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. Destroy target A, spell summon target B. Which is insane, because if you're playing Yang Zings, you're going to target a Yang Zing on the field, target one in the graveyard. Destroy the one on the field, special from the graveyard, then special again from the deck when the effect of the one that was destroyed, and synchro some more! And if the monsters, being a complete floater archetype that makes some of the best cards in the game, the synchro monsters, wasn't enough for you, here's their broken spells and traps. Yang Zing Comet Trail. Target 3 Yang Zings in graveyard, shuffle them to deck, draw 2 cards. What's the drawback? You can only use it once per turn. Broken. Then there's Yang Zing Leyline. It's a continuous spell that gives you effects based on the number of attributes you have in your graveyard. By having 2 engraved, all your Yang Zings gave 500 attack. With 3 or more, you're able to send this card to the graveyard to prevent the destruction of a Yang Zing monster you control. 4 or more forces all your opponent's monsters into attack position, and they can't put them in defense, they can't set them, and, bye-bye armor, bye-bye all that nonsense defense, bye Kuma Shroom. Guess what? My floaters always lag. You're not going to attack me, I'm going to attack you. And finally, if you have 5 in the graveyard, meaning you have 1 of each of the main deck Yang Zings, you can nuke everything on the field. So, for traps, they have a continuous one, Yang Zing Zenith, which forces all your opponent's monsters to attack if they're able to. In addition, you can send it to the graveyard to get like a synchro summon during your opponent's main phase or battle phase, as long as one of the cards is a Yang Zing. Whereas, with the monster effects of the Yang Zings, they all have to be Yang Zings. And then there's Yang Zing Incarnation, another continuous trap that makes all the floaters float so much more. Whenever one of your Yang Zings are destroyed by card effect or battle and sent to the graveyard, i.e. the trigger for their first effect that makes them all float, you can special summon an additional Yang Zing from your deck. Only once per turn, but It makes that turn 1, set 1, activate this. Like, I'm pretty sure at this point you guys are smart enough to understand where I'm going with all this, and I don't even need to explain why that's broken. Now, other broken things about it, well, they have 3 monsters with 0 attack. So, Masked Chameleon for the win, obviously. Also, again, like I said, 1 prevents immunity to trap cards. So, Mega Giant Synchro Summon like Leo activates Skill Drain. What's your opponent going to do? Summon Stardust? Like, it doesn't even matter. Needle Ceiling can also be made very good by this deck. Unlike Yugioh's where they can use it because, you know, they're setting armor and stuff all the time, you don't even care about setting. You activate your own Needle Ceiling, it doesn't even matter. It's just like, I'll 3 for 2 you, but I'm going to get 3 more monsters, so don't care. And the fact that we're getting the Legendary Collection 5Ds, meaning we might see stuff like Dark Strike Fighter come back, Trishula maybe come back, Bryanak maybe come back. The possibilities are endless, and there's so many strong things. We just got Goyo back, and that's going to be insane with this deck. Goyo can't be destroyed by battle, unaffected by traps, kill your monsters, take them, make more Goyos. The possibilities are endless. And so what do you think about Yang Zings? Make sure to tell me down below in the comments. And if you guys are watching this on a channel that isn't mine, 2 things. Go subscribe to my channel, link in the description below, and help me out the next great YouTuber by go and liking the video in the description below. I sat down with my buddy Tej, who I haven't seen since Nationals. He's one of our Worlds competitors for this year. Yay. And, you know, kind of got a little insight for you guys on what his mindset was for Nationals, what it is going to Worlds, how he feels about everything. So, check it out. Really insightful. Just sat down to the casual duel. More focused on, you know, the actual questions in the duel, and I misplayed a lot. So, if even 10% of you guys like the video, because I know this is going to get like 1,000 views, at least on one channel, 10% meaning 100 likes, I'm probably moving on to the next round. So please go like it. And remember, if you want to be good at the game, you got to have answers for days. Later, guys.
Subscribe to this channel because ladies love card games.